Yeah. Peace and blessing to the chosen. If you've been here before, you already know the score. Drop a 7 in the comments. Drop a 7 in the comments if the audio coming through clearly. Before we get started, subject matter, life after death, what happens to the soul? You know what I'm saying? What goes on? There's a lot of people who don't think about death. Society itself then become desensitized to death. I think there's a part of the plan of the machine. There's a part of the plan of the system. We see so much death till we not even moved by it a lot of times. You got people walking around, they saying, well, it's YOLO, it's YOLO, it's YOLO, you only live once. And what's associated with that slogan, most of the time ain't got nothing to do with the Most High or care for your soul. It's more so you only live once, so party as hard as you can. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing as much as you can, sin as much as you can. A lot of people not thinking about what happened. You know what I mean? So we want to talk about that, not just from the subject, well, from the standpoint of a believer, you know what I mean? But try to engage the subject even from, you know what I mean, for people who don't believe. You know what I'm saying? So while y'all get in here, smash the like button. I'm going to share my screen. We're going to play a little music. Give the rest of y'all some time to get in. Take your seat. And I hope you enjoy the ride. Scrap in, man. Scrap in. Let's see.
I see so many men who's so dying. It's gonna be many men who's so right in hell. It's gonna be many men in hellfire. Many men, many men. I see so many men who's so dying. It's gonna be many men who's so right in hell. It's gonna be many men in hellfire. Many men, many men. I see so many men in Gucci, many men in Louis V, Aqua di Gio cologne on, but they really smell like gasoline. They don't understand what I overstand. So they sold for 100 grand. Treat a woman like a dog. Throw her heart inside the trash can. It's amazing, look what they doing. I swear it's about to be a sad day when that soul depart from their body and they realize they lived the wrong way. And that new coupe they put things on ain't worth a dime when they dead and gone. Many men will be tortured. Many men won't be alone. See the gates of hell you can't measure. Shoulder to shoulder, back to back, somewhat similar to the slave ships. Can't breathe, jam-packed. Many men will find a home there. Many men already gone there. Many men will start listening. Many men just won't care. And it's sad. It's sad. Look, many men and these many women. Many sins don't look good for you. Many men and these many children. Many men, I be praying for you. I see so many men who's so dying. It's gonna be many men who's so right in hell. It's gonna be many men in hellfire.
Still praying for
many men, many men. I see so many men who's so dying. It's gonna be many men who's so right in hell. It's gonna be many men in hellfire. Many men. Many men.
Fire scorching, I'm screaming, being tortured by demons. Disobeyed the commandments, like man, what was I thinking? Turn my ear from the truth, too concerned with my reputation. Hated to be corrected, I grew a hatred for Paisley. Paisley would always tell us, or either he would just show us everything life could offer. What fellas once it was over. Talking 24/7, but actions reflect believing. Living it is a whole different thing compared to just reading it. Ran the streets with the gang, was a slave to the money. Now I'm down here with Lisa, who went to church every Sunday. Cause God knows who's his and who ain't. And the devil knows who's real and who ain't. Proverbs 14:12. There is a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof are the ways of death. Hell.
I see so many men whose soul dying. It's gonna be many men whose soul cry in hell. It's gonna be many men in hellfire. Many men, many men. I see so many men whose soul dying. It's gonna be many men whose soul cry in hell. It's gonna be many men in hellfire. Many men, many men.
Many men. I know you might not know me, but I know somebody that know you, that shaped you and that molded you, when you should be trying to get close to. Cause everything is in his hand, it don't happen if it ain't his plan. Don't you think that's somebody that we all probably should try to understand? To say who take off their own shoes in their own room and be on the news. Power to call anybody home, look how many gone about our crews. He keep us breathing oxygen, I quiver just at the thought of him. Got me practicing the opposite of indulgence, think it's called abstinence. Pour my heart out on these beats, pour my heart out on those streets. Shopping for a lost sheep when I really came out to shop for some groceries. The manuscript to be potent deep, blood of Christ, open leak. And I just pray it could cover you the way I believe that it covered me. It's too late to be without blemish. Most High in Christ don't even ask that. Born sinners, we past that. Everybody got a pass, Jack. But if we don't pick up this law in this gospel, hell gonna be hotter than top ramen water. Many men going in it, no karate. So I ain't lying on this chorus to follow.
I see so many men whose soul dying. It's gonna be many men whose soul cry in hell. It's gonna be many men in hellfire. Many men, many men. I see so many men whose soul dying. It's gonna be many men whose soul cry in hell. It's gonna be many men in hellfire. Many men, many men.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. We earn, man. All praise to the Most High as always. But as this is Monday night, man, Strictly Biz podcast. I won't need the Josephus tonight. But this the Strictly Biz podcast, man, where the approach on these nights, Mondays, is the Most High allow us to see them. We dive into different subjects, more so with the commentary, just to speak about it, to speak to a broader audience. You know what I mean? Because you got different subjects that's on minds of the people. But this song that was just played came from Karatazar, myself, along with Brother Bruns. Many men. He said it's going to be many men whose souls frying. You know what I mean? What's happening to the soul? What happened to your spirit when you die? The difference between a corpse and a living body. Somebody tell it. Somebody tell me. Why can't, if I try to injure or damage a living person, they can have a response? If I come up swinging a bat at you, a pipe at you, 2x4, your response, you try to dodge it. And even if I hit you, you might make a noise, you might holler, your body might jerk a little bit. But if I go out there and try to beat a dead corpse, that dead corpse won't move at all. Why is that? Why is that? Shion, how you feeling tonight, man?
I'm feeling good. Let me turn my mic up a little bit.
Indeed, indeed.
Can you hear me?
Indeed. And you actually can cut it down some.
Okay.
Just a little bit. Yeah.
All right, man. I'm feeling good, man. I know we discussed this topic. So every week, Paisley and I, we always try to come up with a subject. And really, I be trying to just just not even choose in my own way, just let the spirit lead me.
Mm-hmm.
And this subject matter, I think that would be great not only for others, but for myself as well. Because it's nothing like self-examination. And with all the things that's going on in the world, right as we speak, I think it's a critical time to, secure yourself with the Most High.
Indeed.
And I think that, I know that a lot of killings, a lot of hatred, a lot of things that's happening is because people lack the fear of the Most High God. We've been taught that the Most High is a fairy tale. You know what I'm saying? Like he come to do all good things. But when we study these scriptures, according to 2 Timothy 2:15, we studying to show ourselves approved. We actually going in and we studying these things. And so it's just not us coming up with our own opinion, you know what I'm saying, coming out of vanity. It's just that I know a lot of people, especially in the Black community, they probably not used to or have heard what we're going to talk about tonight. But I want everybody just to be patient with us. I want everybody to, prove me wrong. But I'm gonna go to we're gonna go through these things and we're gonna show the importance of man really saving your soul. And this lesson go for me too, not just for the crowd. This go for me too. So that's what we decided to expound on tonight.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. I see somebody dropped it over IG. They said that the difference between a living person and a corpse is that it ain't no life in it. And that's exactly right. So what is the life of the soul then? What is the life of the body? The spirit. You know what I'm saying? I was talking to Sharon earlier. And it had been on my mind a while. I'm like, man, me myself, personally, family, I don't remember the time when I was in my mother's womb. I don't remember the time when, I was an infant. I don't remember that. However, during that time, I was still able to cry, smile, eat, you know what I'm saying? Look around. My body was still functioning. So I don't have a recollection of that time period, but I was still alive. So I'm saying that to say, we was even alive in the womb. So the spirit and the soul enters into this womb. Where did this spirit and soul come from? So then now we get into an age. I think my memories go back to probably like about 3 years old. Scutterfield, North Memphis. You know what I'm saying? We had this little box where we put all the shoes, and I can remember my niece Crystal, me and her sitting in the kitchen on the floor. She trying to put my shoes on. I'm like, man, take my shoes out. You gonna make my shoes get small. You know what I mean? Cause she like a year younger than me. But prior to that, I don't remember nothing. Then I start stepping into the time period where I'm conscious of who I am, my parents, my surroundings. I'm a conscious being now. But my spirit has always been there. Even up until the point our spirit's gonna be present until we die. So we see how life changed so quick. This person here, we was just kicking it with them. We was just talking. You know what I mean? We were just hanging out. Now we at the funeral and we see that their corpse in their casket ain't moving. Something changed. Which bring about the importance of this subject too. You will have a pastor get in there, man, and we all got to give account for how we live. The birth on your burial stone, you got the year you was born, then you got a dash, and then the year you passed. That little dash is the most important part, how you live. But what we'll end up seeing a lot of time, I know y'all done seen it before. My family go to the funeral, and man, this person could have been a straight up hater, or not even a believer at all. You know what I mean? They could have been just some person who didn't have no type of current concern about the afterlife, and the pastor would get up there, the preacher would say, well, they accepted Christ at the age of 10 and they gone on to heaven. You know what I'm saying? That don't even be the case a lot of time though. You know what I mean? And that the fact that the afterlife and life after death ain't being taught in the world on a high level is why the world in the shape it is in. People don't fear the Most High. What you got on this, Shim?
For sure. Like me and you was talking, think about like on every day we wake up, we transit to work or, dropping the children off to school, whatever the case may be, not knowing that a car wreck could happen. Any type of incident can happen at the blink of the eye. You know what I'm saying? And your life gone, you know what I'm saying? And you before the Most High. And you got to give account of everything that you have done, whether it be good or bad. So with saying it, it's a scripture that came in mind. Give me Matthew 10:28, King.
I got you. Matthew 10 and 28.
And for those that don't believe in the Bible or don't believe in the Most High God, you can flee. This for those that don't believe. Even the scriptures say, what if some don't believe? Do they make God without effect? Lord forbid. That means what? The wind still gonna blow. The moon still gonna come out. The sun is still gonna rise. The days still gonna continue. The plants still gonna grow. So whether you believe or not, the Most High will all his word, what he put out, is always gonna be in full effect. So to those that don't believe, but don't stop others that believe from believing. Go ahead, Kane.
All right, Matthew 10, verse 28, it says, and fear not them which kill the body.
See, oftentimes, man, we fear man more than God. We are fear man overall. You will fear, like, you know what I'm saying? It's people that you will be afraid of. You will be you fearful of the judge, you fearful of the police, you fearful of the army. Why? Because they all have a means of taking you down. So you fearful of of man, like, for real. But it say, and fear not which them that kill the body, but what, King?
But are not able to kill the soul.
Because guess what? At the end of the day, like brother said, you got that date where you was born, you got that dash in between, and then you got that end date. So eventually, you going to a spirit world. That's what people don't understand. You're going to a spirit world. You're not just gonna die and your spirit stay in the casket. You going somewhere. Now they don't teach this in the church because for whatever reason, but we gonna teach it. Go, King.
But rather fear him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell.
In where?
In hell.
But we don't fear God. You know what I'm saying? So like you was saying, King, because people don't fear God, we seldom to do things that we otherwise wouldn't do if we knew that a consequence was coming right after. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just because we don't get our consequence, like right when something happened and God show his mercy on us, we usually continue to do evil until something bad happens. You know what I'm saying? Because God is so merciful. That's what happened. But before we continue on, King, give me Ecclesiastes 8 and 11.
I got you.
We always even myself, like I said, this ain't to critique nobody or we just haven't talked. You know what I'm saying? Just us in general. Even as I examine myself, all this is truth. We all need to examine ourselves and see where we wrong at.
I got you. Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 11.
And before Paisley bring this out, this particular scripture is expounded on, like we'll do bad things, right? And you will get away with it once, you will get away with it twice, you will get away with it 3 times. Then the 4th time, you end up in jail or you end up dead. You know what I'm saying? Because we take grace and mercy from the Most High God for granted a lot. Read, King.
I say, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
Because when you do something bad, it's just like they just say, if you robbed the bank and you got away with it, nothing didn't happen. Read, King.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
Because nothing didn't happen. You kept doing. It's just like, let's say if I run a red light, right, King? And then the next day I run a red light. And the next day I run a red light. Eventually I'm going to get T-boned, right? But because nothing ain't happened, and I've been doing this over and over without a judgment coming, I'm in my mind, I'm just, nothing ain't happened.
Mm.
So and it often goes on with a lot of our people, man.
Mhm.
When we continue to do things and then the end result end up in a uncomfortable situation for you,
Mm.
it's the reason why you never thought in your mind, I need to change. Read on, can't read on it.
Verse 12 say, though a sinner do evil 100 times,
Man, you might get away 100 times, read,
and his days be prolonged,
and you live a long life. You might be 70 years old before God decides, let me judge him.
yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Most High, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are as a shadow, because he feareth not before the Most High.
And that's why we perish while we going into this. You know what I'm saying? While we going into what happens after the death, we also going into how to avoid, getting that judgment or that punishment. Because a lot of things that we do, we bring on ourselves. The scriptures say, no man perish being innocent. So we all deserving of death, but some of us speed it up by doing stupidity. And we've been taught by the way of television, the way of music, a lot of avenues, you know what I'm saying? To act the way we act. And I think if people was fully aware of what happened in the so-called afterlife, they'll be kind of cautious on how they conduct themselves.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna work my way backwards from what you was just saying. The person who running the red light all the time, it become a habit. But then on the flip side, you got people, they listen, it could be 2 a.m. Ain't nobody outside. It's just them at the stop sign. They go or at the red light rather. They gonna sit there and wait. They can see up the street for miles. Ain't no cars coming either way. They gonna wait till their light turn green before they go. Why is that? Because it been programmed through the TV, like what brother was just talking about. For many of us, the people fearing the police more because we seeing that the police killing people. We seeing it. They show jail. The police is the one that take the people to prison. They fear prison. You know what I'm saying? But it's not being promoted. The wrath for the Most High. It ain't being promoted. It's not being projected through the media and taught through media where people always see like, man, bro, it's real stuff that go on out here with our spirits. You got a lot of people right now who have experienced supernatural matters where, many call them ghosts, you know what I'm saying? Others understand them to be demons, you know what I mean? But these situations shape a lot of people's perspective to where they know, like, without a shadow of a doubt, like, bro, it's something more to this world than just what we see. So then understand it, we going back to what you was at in Matthew 10, bro. Fear the one who, who can not only kill the body, but the soul too. People ain't being taught that it's a soul. We looking at a major hand in it being the modern day church, you know what I'm saying? And the people in the positions who controlling and pushing out the edification about religions. They teaching more about the tithes and paying the money and, the same old stories and the same old songs year after year. They ain't really teaching like the old pastors, like the old folks would say, these folks teaching fire and brimstone. These folks teaching about, yeah, man, you sin, you transgress, you gonna go to hell. The lake of fire is real. They ain't teaching the people that. So the people not even educated, not aware of, therefore they can't even have a real relationship with the Most High to even fear the Most High. Before you go, so then you yourself, me, myself, if the word was always my Paisley a pushover, our Paisley just he just laid back, cool. He don't never. If you try to fight him, he ain't gonna swing back or nothing. If that's the major word that's always promoted about me, It ain't gonna be nobody out there who really respect me, man. But if you teaching like, yeah, dude, cool, yeah, man, yo, cool, but yo got a side to him that, man, listen, you gonna regret you stepped on his toes. That part of the Most High ain't being taught. So I got gangsters in my neighborhood, but the gangsters, they fear the OG of the gang more than they fear the Most High, because this what they seeing. You know what I'm saying? This what they've been taught to fear. They've been shown, and then you got, even in this season, the people fear demons and vampires more because the movies. You got, motherfucker got movies where demons saving the world. Come on, man. Come on, man. The demons, the vampires is saving the world. They ain't even bringing out the movies that's showing like, bro, them demons getting pierced through, like they gonna suffer too. What's happening with the soul, bro? No, it's in life after death. You know what I mean? Go ahead, Sean. What you finna say?
Just like basically what you were saying when we talked about earlier on how they when you notice when they took, even though I believe the way I believe, and I know the realness of Yahweh Shah, who we ignorantly call Christ. I know how he looked. I know he was a black man, according to these scriptures. But they took the scriptures out of the school and look at the schools. You were talking, you spoke about that earlier on how they, once they removed God from being, the hedge. Look at all these things that took place. Look at all these school shootings that happened. Look at and all the things that we don't know that go on in the school. You know what I'm saying? You can see that man, once you remove the Most High God, once you become ashamed and cast them to the side and move in that direction, even from a school standpoint, you can see the deterioration of the school. You know what I'm saying? You can see it, the morals, the values, the shamelessness, all these things that occur. You know what I'm saying? The bullying, all types of stuff that go on in these middle schools, elementary, even kindergarten. You know what I'm saying?
For real.
And so this world and the powers that be, and it seemed like we moving in a direction away from the Most High God. And as we see that take place, we also see the increase with crime, the increase with all types of issues, especially when it comes to the black community. Now, everybody want to say, just like you were speaking on, like people think you weak, people think you a pushover or whatnot, because you really care about your people and your community, and you want to see them succeed as a whole. And so we study and we do these things. So we've been taught in our minds so much that if you're smart, if you talk and with proper language, proper words, that somehow makes you weak as a man. You know what I'm saying? And that is the game that's been played on our people, bro. We think cool is savagery, killing each other. But when you study these scriptures, our people were killers, but they also were learned people, very intelligent people. Give me Exodus 2 verse 11. I'm gonna prove that, King. Exodus 2 11 through 15. And we all know Moses, which was a black man in Egypt, was educated in all the Egyptian knowledge. The scripture tell you that he knew all the ways of the Egyptians. That meant he knew the science, he knew the math. So it's nothing wrong, but in our mindset, and it's due to propaganda, you know what I'm saying? But you got to realize what's been played on you. You know what I'm saying? Read that for me, King.
All right. This Exodus chapter 2, family, or verse 11. It's saying, it came to pass in old days when Moses was grown, that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens.
So Moses, when he became of age, he became a man. They just say in these days, they say a man, you 21 when you're a man. They just say Moses was 21 and he came out. So he has grown, and he is, like Paisley was saying, he's wising up. He's conscious now. Read, King.
And he spied an Egyptian smiting in Hebrew.
He seen an African, what you could so-called African, beating up African American, as we call today. Because we are the children of Israel.
Come on with it.
Read.
One of his brethren.
Mm-hmm.
And he looked this way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian.
So he looked around, okay, and he killed dude for what? Putting his hand mistreating his brother. Now we don't move in that spirit anymore, King. We kill each other. You know what I'm saying? But our ancestors and the people before us, they rode for each other. But if we don't read and study, how can we know that? And how can this make you a lame or weak or anything? None of y'all coming like Moses. Ain't none of y'all on here coming like Moses. You see your brother get beat by the police. You see your brother get mistreated at work. You ain't killed the boss or killed the police officer and buried him. And read out what he do after he killed him, King.
You say, and hid him in the sand.
He buried him. So which one of y'all you see somebody treating your brother, mistreating your brother, whether it be law enforcement, whether it be just somebody of a other ethnic background or somebody in a power of authority position, within look left, look right, go over, kill them and bury them. You ain't coming like that. You don't. That's the love that we had for each other at once upon a time, bro. And all that love has faded due to indoctrination, brainwashing. They didn't allow us to read for hundreds of years. Slaves got caught reading, guess what? You could get killed or beat. So they love to keep us dumb. So being dumb is not cool, bro. The being dumb days, it ain't cool. Ain't nothing about being a dummy. Read, King.
All right, verse 13. It say, and when he went out the second day, behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strolled together. And he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow? And he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us? Intendest thou to kill me as thou killedst the Egyptian? And Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known. Now when Pharaoh heard this thing, he sought to slay Moses. But Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh and dwelt in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well.
So not he ended up killing the Egyptian and fleeing. So just like what the brother was bringing out, just because we dive into this word and we sincere about, what we believe in and what we teaching, don't think this, there's just a pushover. We doing this out of our love for our people, but not be mistaken, like it can get ugly. Go ahead, King.
Verse 16 say, now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters.
We good on it.
Okay, for sure. All right, so I'm gonna limit back on something you were saying about to tie it into with the matter of life after death. So what's strange to me, family, is that you have people that don't believe in the spirit realm. You know what I mean? They don't even believe in the Most High. And I get it. I know what time it is with the world right now. There's a lot of unbelievers. I get it. But it tripped me out that they can't believe in the spirit realm. They can't follow what the Bible say. They can't trust the Bible. However, they can get on this horoscope thing. You know what I'm saying? Zodiac sign. Don't even know this person. The person who they talking to might be completely oblivious to zodiac sign, but they'll say, what's your sign? Oh, you a Sagittarius. Nah, you bad for me. I can't deal with you. Like, how can we calculate, accept, process, and then go with a conclusion about a person we don't know according to this horoscope that you checking daily? You can believe that. People can believe that, but can't believe that it's a realm that exists where spirits go to and fro. You know what I'm saying? Again, I'm going to keep dropping it through the message. What's the difference between a living soul and a corpse? I'm just going to say this on the screen, man. The body is a vehicle. The body is a vehicle for the spirit. When your spirit leave your body, ain't no more functioning of the limbs. Ain't no more talking. Ain't no more looking around. Even the vision and the sight of this fleshly shell is gone. because all that is able to be experienced in this physical realm by the spirit that's inside the body. Here we go again. Throughout the day, people not thinking about I'm breathing. You ain't sitting there consciously saying, let me inhale, let me exhale. I forgot to breathe. You ain't doing that. When you go to sleep, you still breathing. You not, listen, you completely, which that lead to another subject. But while you sleeping, whether you taking your nap or not, bro, while you take your nap, sir, you ain't sitting up there saying, let me remember to inhale and exhale so I won't suffocate. Your body doing it involuntarily. Where did that come from? How did your body gain that ability? Man, it's the spirit operating. So then we go to another level where people can't believe, or they feel like they operate on this natural level where nothing matters, or really the title of the mindset of these people is nihilist. They don't think that there's any consequence for when you die or how you live. They don't think it's an afterlife. However, people have dreams. You wake up sweating. Man, that dream felt so real. Man, I was in, matter of fact, when I went to sleep, I was in my house. I seen you seeing faces in your dream, and that's a whole nother realm, partner. But you know, so when you wake up, the Most High so cold. You wake up, you like, man, hold on. I was dreaming. I was in a whole nother realm, bro. Experience. I seen you in my dreams. Bro, I got scared in my dream. I was running. I flew. I was flying in my dreams. I got killed in my dreams. But see, you get killed and you done got shot in your head in your dream, but you wake up. Why was you just set in that realm, fam? So the Most High done gave it to where mankind ain't gonna have no excuse about thinking that, bro, it ain't nothing beyond what we see every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got stuff happening where people talking about the UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena, or UFO, commonly called. The people see that he's showing you even on the field, man, it's more to this world than what you see. But let me get this right here, though. Let me pull the script. Let me pull this script, man.
Do your thing, King.
I'm in Ecclesiasticus. Which is, you know, this even tie into why the Bible don't get promoted. You know what I mean? The Most High don't get promoted. You know what I mean? Because it will cause a person to actually examine themselves. And so the devil, Satan, you know what I mean, the powers that be who serve him, which is so cold. Look, if y'all go and look up the Uniform Commercial Code that pertains to the day of our Lord for America, if you look that up, it'll tell you that they created this code, and even the codes that the state, the country operate on, all go back to their belief that and understanding and knowing that the Most High is real. That's what you get your common law. You know what I mean? But that's for another time. So I'm in Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, verse 26. It say, for it is an easy thing unto the Most High in the day of death to reward a man according to his ways. So you got some who feel like, bro, even who say that they believe in the Most High, they like, man, nah, you just died and that's it. So why would one receive any type of reward after death? Why would they say that? Because you still gonna have a consciousness. You still gonna be alive. You really gonna be more alive than you ever been. This flesh actually hold us down from experiencing life on the level that we supposed to experience it on. Verse 27 say, the affliction of an hour maketh a man forget pleasure, and in his end, his deeds shall be discovered. So, like what King was just saying earlier, man, it's things that we gotta examine ourselves on, because let's say this. I think I want to say Lecrae said this. If I believe in the Most High, New Jerusalem, and the lake of fire and brimstone, and I die, and it's nothing, like you right, the atheist is right, don't like nothing happened, I'm cool. Okay, I believe, but I ain't really gonna suffer no detriment because I believe that. But you, If I'm right, then the lake of fire and brimstone is real, New Jerusalem is real, and you die, you in big trouble, buddy. You know what I'm saying? So it's a win-win when we understand, bro, that as far as the afterlife, that life does continue. But it say here, it said, and in his end, his deeds shall be discovered. So what we did, how we chose to handle this life, how we chose to use this vehicle called the body, how we chose to deal with one another, how we chose to deal with ourselves in a time of privacy, like your deepest, darkest secrets, like bro was talking about earlier. Man, don't nobody know this deepest, darkest secret about, but the Most High know. You know what I'm saying? And if we don't fix that deepest, darkest secret that we might be holding on to, if it's that kind, then we got to get a reward for that. No, that's going to be discovered in the end. Verse 28 said, judge none blessed before his death, for a man shall be known in his children. So, you know what I mean? You got a lot of people who operate even now, who's steering the ship of the country. We talking about a lot of people presented and posed and promoted as good, loving, kind people. But again, like I done said before, what's the separation between if you going out to feed the homeless for a good deed and this straight up satanic, because listen, what did the temple of Satan? I forget what they called themselves, but they just came to Memphis 3 months back. Mm-hmm. They came to teach the children.
I saw that you went out there and tried to. It was still a while back.
Yeah, it was a while back, but you had a lot of parents come out there standing against it. So I'm saying, what if they have the mindset of Satanists or a non-believer? Period, got the mindset to do a good deed to go feed the homeless, and you a believer do. What's gonna make the difference between y'all? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I got one more verse, and I'm gonna let you go ahead.
You straight. Go ahead.
Yup, I'm in Hebrews 9, family. Hebrews 9 and 27. So again, bro, it's like this ain't being taught, and which it creates this gap between mankind and the Most High, because the people who in the positions to teach His word, so-called pastors and televangelists and all this, they not really tapped in with the Most High. They not, so they ain't gonna tell you the truth. You know what I mean? They gonna tell you whatever gonna make you feel good and bless they bank. You know what I mean? But if they was teaching more of this, man, the world itself would say, hold up, bro. Let me examine myself. It'll be less sin. Hebrews 9 and 27 say, and as it is appointed unto men once to die. Ain't no reincarnation. So just like what happened, bro, just recently, bro, you had this grown man. I'm trying to tailor my word for YouTube. He took advantage of a 3-year-old child and then killed him. It's a grown man, bro. So you mean to tell me, for those who said reincarnation, you mean to tell me that dude right there gonna get to die and then come back again? No, man. That's why the Most High pronounced it in the beginning, 120 years. My spirit ain't finna strive forever, you know what I'm saying, with mankind. I'm gonna give him 120 years. We used to live 900 years, 700 years, 800 years. Imagine that. Imagine, and I gotta tailor it for they flag the channel. But imagine the dude who said, in order to bring down the population, we gotta administer this viper, we gotta hit these folk with this needle. Some of y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Bill Gates of hell. When he said that, that's what I studied, YouTube. Don't flag me, man. That's what I studied. That's what he said on his TED Talk. Imagine a man with that mindset living for 900 years. Imagine a person who totally bent on, bro, I want to kill and destroy. Bro, you remember the Leicester Street murders in Memphis?
Right.
I remember, bro was saying that the cartel made him do it, but I'm just saying. What about the Buffalo Killer? What about Marilyn Manson? What's the dude name who made him drink the Kool-Aid? Jim Jones.
John.
What if Jim Jones lived 900 years, bro? No, man, the Most High said, bro, when you die, that's it, bro. This all you get all your chances right here in the land of the living. Hebrew 9:27. And as it is appointed unto men once to die, but after this, the judgment. Bro, you're gonna have to face that judgment when you die. You gotta give account for that. Me too. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna come back as no cow, bro. You know what I'm saying? You ain't finna come back as no seagull or no frog. Bro, that's it. Cause you gotta think, bro. You mean to tell me this dude can run, be the biggest, you know what I mean, child abuser that the world ever seen.
And then get another chance.
Then get another chance. Come on, bro.
I'm with you.
Come on, bro.
Man, I think the most scariest thing is, King, like how many people like dropping like flies, like you saying. In Ecclesiastes 9:12, it say, "For man also know not his time, as the fishes that are taken up in the evil net." Just like you go fishing, right? You catch you up. That fish did not know that he was gonna be on that hook today. He had no, you know what I'm saying, thought that I'm gonna be on the grill today. The same with man. And it said, "And as the birds that are caught in a snare, so are the sons of men snared in the evil time, which it falls suddenly upon them." Like you never know when your last time on this earth. You know what I'm saying? So it'll behoove you to try to move in the right direction as far as your soul go. Real talk. For real.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And so then I gotta drop this in there too. Cause you have people say, well, hell, which we talk about that, or torments. I say, man, that's a scare tactic. Okay. So just if that's what you want, just follow me just for a moment, please. When we go outside, bro, and you see this tree that grew out of the ground, then nobody planted there. You didn't see people. You might have even saw a man come and plant it, but the tree itself, who put the color brown in the bark? Who was it that put the color green in the leaves? And then let's take it a step further. They telling me that water is made of H2O. It's a compound. Okay, water is made of H2O. What is hydrogen made of? What is oxygen made of? So then we get there. All right, now we got to understand, okay, well, what's that made? What is a thought made of? What material is divorce made of? You know what I'm saying? Okay, now we got that understood. When you go outside and you look in the sky, you see the sky, it's over Memphis. You went out of town, you went to Dubai, and the sky was over Dubai too. Listen, who put this sky over us? Where did this come from? You know what I mean? So I'm saying all that to say, the one who created you, the one who created man and woman. You mean to tell me mankind is so smart that if a man or a woman violate these laws that mankind made, they got a place for you. We're going to take you to jail. We're going to take you to a detention center, correctional facility. You know what I mean? We got judges that's going to judge the matter. But the one that made mankind didn't have in mind a place of judgment for good and evil. For people themselves. Like, no, man, come on, bro. This is what's really going on, man. Yeah, it is life after death. And how we live determine which way we go. Yo, you got something, Shimp?
Yeah, you know, like sometimes as when you walking on your path, sometimes you get distracted by the things that you might want to do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You might want to do, and it looks exciting. You know what I'm saying? You be like, man, these folks over here turning up, make life prospering. Like when you take a person like Puff Daddy, turning up since 93, 92. But all of a sudden, what happened? What happened in the end? You see that? Give me Psalms chapter 73, bro, and 1.
I guess.
Well, we have started, and this is going to be a clear example of knowing that, man, just because it look fun and it look like you want to indulge in it. And I ain't saying I'm saying not have a balance in life. but make sure that you know, protecting yourself at all times. Make sure that you, man, being cautious with your life.
All right, Psalm 73, verse 1.
Read, King.
It say, truly a high is good to Israel,
Mm-hmm.
even to such as are of a clean heart.
Man, when you got a clean heart,
Hmm.
when you do things like in a righteous manner,
Mm,
like just be good to people. You know what I'm saying? Naturally, be good to people. Always have a clean heart, meaning that you ain't wrong nobody. You know what I'm saying? Real time. You know when you done did something wrong, but he good to those that have what?
a clean heart.
Man, if you got a clean heart, man, God rocking with you.
Hmm.
Read.
But as for me, my feet were almost gone.
Mm-hmm.
My steps had well nigh slipped.
Max, because sometimes we'll slip up, y'all.
Mm,
Sometimes we'll get off track. Sometimes we'll lose focus. Read on, King.
For I was envious of the foolish.
Man, I was envious at the foolish. I
Hmm.
wanted to you know what I'm saying, turn up too. I want to do these things too. I want to, you know what I'm saying, get on the yacht with some girls. I want to, you know what I'm saying? I want to do my thing.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? I want to hit the casino and hit a lick.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I want to do all the things that in this world that they say is the thing to do.
Hmm.
I want to do all those things. Read, King.
When I saw the prosperity of the wicked.
Man, when I seen these folks, man, having a good time, making money, you know what I'm saying? Take a young kid from the hood, for example.
Hmm.
He probably was raised right, raised in the right home. You know what I'm saying? His mom and dad probably did the best. Well, he might come from a single parent home and he wanted to do right. But his mama, she was poor though. Well, not poor. She just couldn't buy him the Jordans. She couldn't buy him the latest clothes. You know what I'm saying? The latest this, latest that. But he see his friends having all this. But how they obtaining all this is they selling dope. They doing all these things. So he become to see like, damn shit, I need to link up with them. I know my mama taught me right, but you know, money talks, and they looking good. They getting all the girls, they getting all the whatever, you know what I'm saying? They straight, they got clout. You know what I'm saying? They got a name. So oftentimes we are envious that not knowing what consequence will come behind that, King. Read on.
It say, for there are no bands in their death, but their strength is firm.
Mm.
They are not in trouble as other men,
Mm-hmm.
neither are they plagued like other men.
Just like, man, when the Most High love you, he chastise you. Just like what's a child with no correction? So, man, be happy when something happened that's not in your favor. The Most High might send you to jail before he kill you. You know what I'm saying? So be happy when these things happen. Like, damn, like why I always got to pay for my consequence soon as I do it. It's some people the Most High just like, they ain't gonna turn around. They gonna keep doing what they doing. Let them do live them, and then they time will be running out. So don't be like that. Read, King.
Verse 5, it say they are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. Therefore pride compasseth them about as a chain.
Man, they bold. They you know, they say anything, do anything. They bold. You know what I'm saying? They very arrogant, very cocky, very, man, they do what the hell they want to do, basically. Read, King.
Violence covered them as a garment.
Man, they always into it. They shooting at somebody shooting at them. They fighting with somebody want to get at them. They always in some bull crap. Read.
Their eyes stand out with fatness.
They asked, have you ever seen Dirk eyes? Have you ever seen one of them videos with Lil Durk, the rapper, his eyes, on how they stand out with fatness? Read, King.
It says they have more than heart. They have more than heart could wish. They
got everything. They got the cars, they got the houses, they got whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the richest in this world can buy, they have those things. Read.
They are corrupt.
They are corrupt though. They ain't right. Read on.
And speak wickedly concerning oppression.
Read.
They speak loftily. They set their mouth against the heavens.
Man, they'll say, man, God ain't real. I'm God. God didn't do none of this for me. I did this. God ain't real. It's a lot of
Listen, I
people that
say,
talk like that, read.
and their tongue walketh through the earth.
And they just say whatever the hell they want to do and do whatever they want to do, speak how they want to speak, thinking not a consequence gonna come behind all this. Read, King.
Therefore his people return hither,
Mm-hmm.
and waters of a full cup are wrung out to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they say, how doeth the Most High know? And
Mm-hmm.
is there knowledge in the Most High?
Read on.
Behold, these are the ungodly
These are the ungodly that what?
who prosper in the world.
They prosper in the world. Why you think Puff Daddy got a deal?
Hmm.
Because he was doing some ungodly stuff and he prospered in the world. Now I'm pretty sure he did probably do some good deeds. I ain't trying to just put the brother down, but not just him. The whole Hollywood like this. How you think they prosper? They eat from the hand of the devil. How else would you expect for them to behave? Read, King.
They increase in riches.
Mm-hmm.
Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands in innocence.
Mm-hmm.
For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened every morning.
Mm.
If I say I will speak thus, behold, I should offend against the generation of thy children.
And our people, guess what? If you speak up and say, man, look, man, we should change, we should do right, you become the enemy. You become the enemy because niggas don't want to do right. They want to keep doing whatever the hell they want to do. And they want to blame everybody else for their problems. And they want to do all these, not taking no accountability for their actions. They don't want to be put on Front Street. They don't want to be called out. You know what I'm saying? They just straight suckers. Read, King.
16. When I thought to notice, it was too painful for me.
Man, when he thought on this, he was like, man, this is too painful. Like, man, this is painful. Imagine you got the key right here. And you telling everybody, hey, man, this the key right here. This the play. This is what we need to do. We all gonna be successful. But they can't see the forest because of the trees. It's a sad situation. And to see your people go through all this, I call this self-suicide / self-affliction. Read on, King.
It says, until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High, then understood I therein.
And see, until he went where, King?
Until I went into the sanctuary of the Most High.
And read.
Then understood I therein. Surely thou didst set them in slippery places. Thou castest them down into destruction.
Man, they destroyed. They destroyed. He's saying they end. He telling you the end of the person that live an evil, wicked life with no plan or change in his actions, or you know what I'm saying, or trying to do better. This is what he's showing you what's gonna be your end. Think about it. Any major person you know that was a dope boy, and they just say Frank Lucas. What happened to Frank Lucas?
Went to jail.
What happened to Rayford Evans? What happened to Rich Porter? What happened to all those guys? They went to jail, they died. Ain't no good end to nothing that ever came. Even when you look at the gang life, when you look at Tookie Williams, all those people that did all these things, what was the end of having temporary glorification? Read, King.
19, it say, how are they brought into desolation as in a moment?
In a moment. One day you're balling, the next day you falling. That's just what it is. One day you balling, the next day you falling. Why? Because you didn't build your foundation on solid ground. You didn't. Read, King.
They are utterly consumed with terror.
Now it's consumed with terrors. Now you consumed with terrors. Now everything going wrong in your life. Now you go to the doctor, you find out you got cancer. But you've been turning up though. You've been drinking. You ain't never said, man, let me get my temper right. Let me start to eat right. Let me exercise. Let me do all these things that's necessary for me to survive. You never said that. You just kept turning up. And by the time you 50, 55, now you start to get a little sick. Hospital bill out the frame. You can't afford it now. You see how God would get you back? Read, King.
As a dream when one awaketh. So, O Holy One, when thou awakest, thou shalt despise their image.
Read.
Thus my heart was grieved and I was pricked in my reins. So foolish was I and ignorant. I
Man,
was
we was once foolish and ignorant. I was foolish and ignorant on a lot of things. Real talk. We was once ready to smash your head about anything, not knowing that I was gonna have to pay for that. And all the things that I did and gonna do, I'm still gonna have to pay for that. But long as we got breath in our lungs, man, we got a chance to change our ways. This all this about. This ain't about I'm better than you, you better than me. He, you know, we ain't trying, we just this is motivation. Read, King.
Yo, let me back right quick though.
Yes, sir.
So even in that point when he's saying so foolish was I and ignorant, now you know what I'm saying, David is saying, or Asaph in this point, he's saying, man, I was feeling envious against these folks, man. I'm tripping. He snapped out of it when he realized, man, the Most High played a long run game. So even like what bro was saying earlier, and he brought the script out, you see people just going about their life and it's like ain't nothing happening. Man, that's the Most High mercy. But don't confuse, we shouldn't confuse his mercy with condoning. You know what I'm saying? We're condoning what we doing. You know what I mean? He be like, I'm giving them grace. Look at my son. Man, look at my daughter. Man, look at him. He ain't even my son or daughter, but look at him. I'm gonna give him a little more mercy. Keep giving you chance after chance. You know what I mean? And after a while, he washed his hands with us. And then that's the point where it get ugly. He removed that hand of protection. And so then here go the question I posed though. Man, what would be so wrong with believing that it's a life after death? Like how would that be a problem for a person? You know what I'm saying? For those who say, well, I can't believe that just don't make sense. Like why would that be an issue for? Like, how would that harm you just believing in it?
Now I want to change, King.
There we go. All right. So we in the 73rd Psalm, family, verse 20, verse 23. Nevertheless, I am continually with thee. Thou hast holden me by my right hand. Thou shalt guide me with thy counsel, and afterward receive me to glory. And after you die, and you ain't gotta be grim. And afterward receive me to glory. Whom have I in heaven but thee? And there is none upon earth that I desire beside thee. My flesh and my heart fellow, but the Most High is the strength of my heart and my portion forever.
Yeah, this pretty much it on that, King.
Cool.
I got one more I want you to grab for me right quick.
All right. What you got?
I just want to say that, you know, I know a lot of our people under the pretense of you know, like somebody died and go to heaven, and when your loved one passed away, they just everybody die and go to heaven. That's not what happened, people. And we're gonna get this. Everything, like I said, we're gonna bring out, we're gonna read it. Give me Revelations 20, chapter 20, 12 through 14.
I guess.
Let's see what's gonna happen according to these scriptures. Now, if you don't believe, you know what I'm saying, keep it moving. But if you believe, man, because we read, we not no dumb Negroes. They're just talking out the side of our head, just making up stuff. No, we can read now. You know what I'm saying? We can read now. We're very educated, not just in school, but this school here. We educated in all things. We take times to read and equip ourselves with knowledge. That's what we do. Read, King.
Revelation 20, you want me to start at 11?
You can start at 11.
All right, Revelation 20, verse 11. It says, and I saw a great white throne and him that sat on it, from whose face the earth and the heaven fled away, and there was found no place for them. And I saw the dead.
He saw the what?
The dead.
Read.
Small and great.
Small and great, read.
Stand before the Most High.
Man, you're going to stand before the Most High God, according to what this is. So if you don't believe, don't believe. But if you believe in this word and this scripture, this is how it's going to be after you die. Read, King.
And the books were open.
And the books were open. Show them the book that's going to be open, King.
Man, shoot, you tell them, you drop it on them. Because the
You're gonna
book
be
of life.
judged. You're gonna be judged by the book of life,
Yes, indeed.
by those scriptures.
The
That's
book
what
of
we're gonna
life.
be judged on.
All right. It's saying another book was open,
Mhm.
which is the book of life.
Mm-hmm.
And the dead were
So
judged
the
out
dead,
of
hold on, the dead were judged.
mm,
So according to this, ain't nobody being judged. Ain't yo judgment haven't came yet.
mm.
So when we die, guess what? You just in the spirit realm. You don't know you alive. I don't know how you feel or whatnot, but you're not going anywhere. Your body didn't go anywhere. Your spirit ain't. Your spirit go back with the Most High. You know what I'm saying? But you at rest. But when this judgment come, this is what's gonna happen, family. Read.
All right. And then I got some. I say, and the dead were judged out of those things which were written in the books
Mm.
according to their works.
According to your works, bro, according to your deeds, according to things that you have done on this earth. If you've been a robber, a killer, a child molester, a raper, all these things, and you never repented, you never changed your ways.
Hmm.
Read on, okay.
It says, and the sea gave up the dead which were in it.
And the sea gonna give up the dead because it's dead in the sea.
Man.
It's you know what I'm saying, it's bodies in the sea. You know the Atlantic slave trade where they were dumping bodies at,
Hmm.
people willfully committing suicide, not to go in captivity.
Hmm.
During the slave trade, you know how many people died on the Atlantic Ocean,
Hmm.
the Pacific Ocean, all across the world.
Hmm.
Read, King.
People going to the bridge, jumping out, killing themselves.
Right.
The killers dumping bodies in the lakes and the dams and everywhere else, hiding the body, tying the millstone to it so it can go ahead sink with the anchor.
Right.
Them same bodies, they're gonna be coming up. It says, in death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them.
Mm.
So we looking at, when we reading this, it's letting us know when you die, your soul go to a place of holding. It's a place of holding for the righteous. It's a place of holding for the wicked.
Mm.
So if you done went to hell, that's not the final judgment. You got a final judgment that's coming. You know, you didn't enter into Abraham's bosom. You got a final judgment that's coming after that. All right. It's and they were judged every man according to their works. And death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death.
Mm.
So they telling you only live once, but they ain't telling you die 2 times, bro. Yeah, so when you die this first time, be looking for is another one. Will you be going to New Jerusalem or the lake of fire? How we live is going to determine which way we go. Verse 15, and whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. So again, it said the great and the small, the dead, they were judged. If there's no life after the death, why is these dead people being judged? How do they know that they receiving judgment? They gotta be conscious. They gotta know they standing before the one who created everything, those things that's visible and invisible. It said they gonna be judged, or we gonna be judged. Each one of us gonna be judged by the works that we've done. So that second death, like what he just told him, man, that's the lake of fire. Let me jump back here. Let's go to Luke.
Do your thing, fam.
Go to Luke, man. I want Luke. Let's see. Let me see. I want Luke 16. Luke 16 found.
Mm-hmm. Where you want to start at, P?
Let me see. Hold on. Hold up. Let me see what I want. Start with 19.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 16, verse 19. There was a certain rich man, which was clothed in purple and fine linen, and fared sumptuously every day.
First, he listen, this dude was rich. Ain't this the mindset of so many people? But the Most High, just like when Asaph said he went into the temple of the Most High, he snapped out of that envy of these evil folks that was prospering in the world. Man, it's things, listen, your money can't buy you, can't bring your grandma back, who you love so much. But people have been trained and taught to love the money more than they love the Most High, to focus more on what they can see, touch, and feel in this realm more than what the realm that's coming. Man, listen, quadrillion, a googleplex. Go look up that word. A googleplex, as far as how many dollars you got, won't bring back not one soul, bro. All right, but it said this rich man fared sumptuously. Go ahead.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus.
Just the poor people. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing, believe it or not, for a lot of us that we not rich. Because if you was, man, you wouldn't be as humble as you are. You wouldn't be as thoughtful and considerate of the Most High as you will. Man, you probably would have became this prideful person, this arrogant person, looking down on people. So it has been those who transition from the poor class to the middle class to the rich class, and they remember their roots. Mm-hmm. However, though, listen to what it's saying. Said Lazarus is giving you the comparison to show you that, man, you can be rich in this life, but still so impoverished in your spirit. All right, go ahead.
And there was a certain beggar named Lazarus, mm-hmm. which was laid at his gate full of sores, mm-hmm. and desiring to be fed with the crumbs which fell from the rich man's table. Mm. Moreover, the dogs came and licked his sores.
Lazarus his life is hard. Keep going.
And it came to pass that the beggar died.
The beggar saw death. We all got to go through their doorway. Go ahead.
And was carried by the angels into Abraham's bosom.
He was carried by the angels. Go ahead.
But the rich man also died, mm-hmm. and was buried.
He died. Rich man dead, and he got buried. He had his ceremony. They had the funeral. Go ahead.
And in hell.
What?
And in hell.
And in hell.
He lifted up his eyes.
So if it ain't a life after death, according to this book, it's telling us, bro, you still conscious. He can't lift up his eyes again if it's nothing after we pass. It said, and in hell he lift up his eyes. And what happened?
Being in torments.
Being in torments. Go ahead.
And seeing Abraham afar off, and Lazarus in his bosom.
He still got the understanding and conscience of, he see Abraham, he remember Lazarus. When we pass on, man, we don't forget what happened in this realm and world. Man, you still to be able to recognize people. I'm going to get that too before we close out. Go ahead.
And he cried and said, Father Abraham, have mercy on me, and send Lazarus, that he may dip the tip of his finger in water.
So he still got a mindset of like, man, I'm thirsty. But this is a part of the torment, to feel those things. This is a part, your conscience increase. Go ahead.
That he may dip the tip of his finger in water, and cool my tongue, for I am tormented in this flame.
I'm tormented in this flame. He being burned. Go ahead.
But Abraham said, Son, remember that thou in thy lifetime receivest thy good things, and likewise Lazarus evil things. But now he is comforted, and thou is tormented.
And now you tormented. So Abraham hit him with like, hold on, bro. Remember in life, bro, you had it going on. But Lazarus in his life, he had it hard. You know what I mean? So this the admonishment to the believers. You know what I'm saying? For us to know, day to day, you might be feeling like, man, the world, the weight of the world on your shoulders. You know what I'm saying? But we striving for this because it can be worse. It can always be worse. You know what I'm saying? And that right here is one of the worst that he can get. We talking about being in torment in flames. In hell, then he just got rejected. Abraham, like, in other words, I can't help you, bro. How you lived is what got you where you at. So we seeing the people around they partying like bro was talking about, yeah, the sister, the women, they look like they getting all the attention because they busting it open on social media. And you can't get a man to look your way, sis. I understand, man, there's a consequence for that. They might look like they winning out. A lot of these people who we see really putting on like that, man, them folk really miserable. You know what I'm saying? They have to party like that to feel alive. But you yourself, you ain't even got it all, and you still have peace with 2 pennies in your pocket. That's how the Most High work. Keep going though, bro.
And besides all this, between us and you, there is a great gulf fixed,
It's a great gulf.
so that they would, so they which would pass from hence to you cannot, neither can they pass to us that come from there.
So you can't, it's a great gulf between these 2 classes of people. So the rich class and the poor class, the middle class, it is all that's going to be extinguished. The only 2 classes that's going to exist after death is the righteous and the wicked. And so what we understand, right, man, if you lived wickedly, man, you can't, man, okay, I'm finna go on the side where everything good. No. And if you live righteously and you got people already, you're like, man, there go cuz, man, there go bro, there go pops, there go my auntie, I love them. You can't go over there and get them. Everybody gonna be judged according to their works, like what we read in Revelation 20. Go ahead, Shem.
Then, this verse 27, then he said, I pray thee therefore, Father, that thou wouldest send him to my father's house. For I have 5 brothers, and they that he may testify unto them, lest they also come into this place of torment. Abraham said unto him, they have Moses and the prophets, let them hear them. And he said, nay, Father Abraham, but if one went unto them from the dead, they will repent. And he said unto them, if they hear not Moses and the prophets, neither will they be persuaded, though one rose from the dead. So well, let me say something on that, Pete. That's crazy. Even if a dead man came out the grave and said, it's hell is real. You know what Negroes will say?
What they
bro,
gonna
you
say?
lying. He lying. He lying. And even if they did believe him, they still wouldn't change. Because, man, it's hard. It's a hard world, bro, with so many distractions. So if you have to really discipline your mind to really cut everybody off, bro. That's just being real. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to cut everything off, like everybody off, not in no vindictive way, but in order for you to finish the race. You know, so yes.
Yes, indeed. And so Abraham tell him, like, look, you got Moses and the prophets. He said, well, what if they gonna believe if somebody come from the dead? Again, reiterate, bro, he know he dead. He know he in another realm besides this realm that we living in now. And he's saying, man, let Lazarus go back and holler at him. You're like, no, man. They wouldn't even believe, because guess what? We got Christ right now. And the people don't believe. All the stuff that's written in it, the people still find a way. No, that ain't true. I ain't see it for myself. Why ain't I heard somebody say, why ain't nobody come back from the dead and tell us what it's like when you die? Okay, listen, man. The mind state of the people has been so twisted because they loving everything but the Most High. All right, so I'm gonna share my screen one more time, bro. I know this pretty much what I got on this subject. And then however you want to move after this, we'll take it from there. Let me see. I closed it out. Let's see. Let me see. Smash the like button if you ain't smashed it yet, too. Share the live if you ain't shared it. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. Yo, so I read this the other night. I'm gonna read it again for those who you stumbled upon this video. You probably missed it the other night. So this the 70 verses that's missing out of 2nd Esdras, telling you what happened, life after death. What happened to your soul? What happened to a person when they die? Shout out to Polo Co for putting this out on the net for us too. I did write 70 verses, 70 missing verses in second Esdras. It's a hell, the pit of torment. One of the 14 books of the Apocryphal that was removed from the original 1611 KJV Bible, leaving a total of 66 books in current version of the Bible, predominantly distributed today. All right. So here it is. Second Esdras chapter 7, verse 36 through 105. It say, the pit of torment shall appear, and opposite it shall be the place of rest. And the furnace of hell shall be disclosed, and opposite it the paradise of delight. So when we pass, these the two paths that our life journeys is leading to, one or the other. It's either the paradise or it's the torments. Verse 37. Then the Most High will say to the nations that have been raised from the dead, look now and understand whom you have denied, whom you have not served, whose commandments you have despised. So he letting them know through our actions, the way we live. If we choosing to go against the Most High, cast his word behind our back, don't want nothing to do with the Holy Spirit, he's saying like, man, you refuse to serve me. And here go your reward for it. Verse 38, look on this side and on that. Here are delight and rest, and there are fire and torments. Thus he will speak to them on a day of judgment, a day that has no sun or moon or stars, or cloud or thunder or lightning or wind or water or air, or darkness or evening or morning, or summer or spring, or heat or winter or frost or cold, or hail or rain. Look, ain't none of those elements gonna be in existence. They ain't gonna matter, because all of those elements work for mankind right now. The rain come down so that the crops can grow, so that we can eat. It also come down for the birds to be able to take their bath, for vegetation and the rest of the earth. So we ain't gonna need rain no more. We ain't gonna need, and the seasons work in correlation for certain purposes that benefit mankind in this physical realm. But it ain't gonna matter in this spiritual realm when we die. All right, it says, or noon or night, or dawn, or shining, or brightness, or light, but only the splendor of the glory of the Most High, by which all shall see what has been destined. Now we're talking about Revelation 20 again. He's seen everybody stand before the throne of the Most High. You also can read that as a third witness in Daniel. Verse 43 though, it say, it will last as though for a week of years. This is my judgment in its prescribed order. And to you alone I have shown these things. I answered and said, O sovereign Lord. I said then and I say now, blessed are those who are alive and keep your commandments. Yeah. But what of those for whom I prayed? For who among the living is there that has not sinned? Or who is there among mortals that has not transgressed your covenant? And now I see that the world to come will bring delight to few, but torments to many. So I'm going to read that again. And why? Because the majority of the world going to go off of what they feel impulse and choose everything that's delighting and prosperous in this time. Not thinking about, man, this life after death. It says, for an evil heart has grown up in us, which has alienated us from the Most High God, and has brought us into corruption in the ways of death, and has shown us the paths of perdition, and removed us far from life, and that not merely for a few, but for almost all who have been created. He answered me and said, listen to me, Ezra, and I will instruct you, and will admonish you once more. For this reason the Most High has made not one world, but two. For this reason The Most High has made not one world, this physical realm, but two. You got to go into the afterlife. It says, inasmuch as you have said that the righteous are not many but few, while the ungodly are bound, hear the explanation for this. If you have just a few precious stones, will you add to them lead and clay? I said, Lord, how could that be? He said to me, not only that, but ask the earth and she will tell you. Defer to her and she will declare it to you. Say to her, you produce gold and silver and bronze and also iron and lead and clay. But silver is more abundant than gold, and bronze than silver, and iron than bronze, and lead than iron, and clay than lead. Judge therefore which things are precious and desirable, those that are abundant or those that are rare. So it's rare to find a person in these times where evil is being promoted who really stomp down, like bro was talking about, really serious about their salvation to the point I might hold up. I'm monitoring my time with any and everybody who going against the Most High, or who might be jeopardizing my salvation. I'm trying to lock in with the Most High because I'm thinking about where my soul gonna go. See, that's a rare thing. It says, I said, O sovereign Lord, what is plentiful is of less worth. So ain't the world more so running over with people who doing what they want to do, how they want to do it? Ain't the masses of the people following out the evil? Yeah, but they have less worth compared to the brothers and sisters who saying, man, I'm finna do what the Most High said. Verse 59 said, he answered me and said, consider within yourself what you have thought. For the person who has what is hard to get rejoices more than the person who has what is plentiful. So also will be the judgment that I have promised. For I will rejoice over the few who shall be saved, because it is they who have made my glory to prevail now, and through them my name has now been honored. So when we stand on the word of the Most High, man, this is what the Most High feel about us. He said, man, I'm honored through you. But when we go against it, he dishonored through us. He said, I will not grieve. This ain't being taught. They tell you God love everybody. He love. But look at what he say right here. He said, I will not grieve over the great number of those who perish, for it is they who are now like a mist and are similar to a flame and smoke. They are set on fire and burn hotly and are extinguished. He talking about the ones who didn't do what he said, who went against him. He said he ain't gonna be sad about that. He like, man, them folk made their choice. I'm focused on the ones who is rocking with me. I replied and said, O earth, what have you brought forth? If the man is made out of the dust like the other created things. For it would have been better if the dust itself had not been born, so that the man might not have been made from it. But now the man grows with us, and therefore we are tormented because we perish and we know it. Let the human race lament, but let the wild animals of the field be glad. Let all who have been born lament, but let the cattle and the flocks rejoice. Why? Because these is not no men and women who was reincarnated and came back as cows, man. This ain't no people who then came back as some kind of animal. It is much better with them, talking about the animals, than with us. For they do not look for judgment, and they do not know of any torment or salvation promised to them after death. After death. The creatures ain't worried about that. That's not something that they got to look forward to. Mankind do. Said, what does it profit us that we shall be preserved alive but cruelly tormented? For all who have been born are entangled in iniquities, and are full of sins and burdened with transgressions. And if after death we were not to come into judgment, perhaps it would have been better for us. He answered me and said, when the Most High made the world and Adam and all who have come from him, he first prepared the judgment and the things that pertain to the judgment. He prepared that first. Yeah, so the torments in the bosom of Abraham of paradise is old, it's ancient. It says, but now understand from your own words For you have said that the mind grows with us. For this reason, therefore, those who live on earth shall be tormented, because though they had understanding, they committed iniquity. And though they received the commandments, they did not keep them. And though they obtained the law, they dealt unfaithfully with what they received. So he and none of us gonna be without excuse. He sent that where we get convicted. Even the killers get convicted before they kill. And before you do any wrong, you're gonna get some kind of conviction. You gonna, even if you don't know it's wrong. If you sneaking to do it, that's telling you, that's your spirit letting you know it's something wrong with this. Because you don't sneak to go make you a bowl of cereal. You don't sneak to crank your car up. You don't sneak to go to sleep unless you're at work or trying to go to sleep somewhere you shouldn't be sleeping at. Well, you know that's wrong, which is not supposed to go that way. It says, how long the Most High has been patient with those who inhabit the world, and not for their sake, but because of the times that he has foreordained. I answered and said, if I have found favor in your sight, O Holy One, show this also to your servant, whether after death, as soon as every one of us yields up the soul, we shall be kept in rest until those times come when you will renew the creation, or whether we shall be tormented at once. He answered me and said, I will show you that also, but do not include yourself with those who have shown scorn, or number yourself among those who are tormented. For you have a treasure of works stored up with the Most High, but it will not be shown to you until the last times. So he talking about the works again. We want to store up our works with the Most High, family. Now concerning death, the teaching is, when a decisive decree has gone out from the Most High that a person shall die, as the spirit leaves the body, as the spirit leaves the body, as the spirit leaves the body, to return again to him who gave it. First of all, it adores the glory of the Most High. Like, man, I didn't know it was this type of realm. Man, there's him right there. You talking about people's on, there's him. He, him. Now he's him. If it is one of those who have shown scorn and have not kept the way of the Most High, who have despised his law and hated those who fear the Most High God, such spirits shall not enter into habitations, but shall immediately wander about in torments, always grieving and sad. Always. Ain't no peace. Ain't no joy. Ain't no happiness. They're always grieving and sad in 7 ways. The first way, because they have scorned the law of the Most High. The second one, because they hated what was right. And now they know, like, man, I should have did wrong, but you can't repent no more. The second way, because they cannot now make a good repentance so that they may live. The third way, they shall see the reward later for those who have trusted the covenants of the Most High. So they get to see the blessing and the reward of the faithful. The ones who they mocked and scorned and made fun of. Oh, you crazy. You talking about you an Israelite. You crazy saying the Bible is real. Don't nobody believe in God no more. Yeah, them same ones. It says the fourth way, they shall consider the torment laid up for themselves in the last days. The fifth way, they shall see how the habitations of the others are guarded by angels in profound quiet. The sixth way, they shall see how some of them will cross over into torment. So again, Lazarus can see the rich man across the way. And even in that time period, he can experience, the people will be able to see other souls coming into torments. You're going to be able to see other souls coming into the paradise and the place of rest that's guarded by angels. You're going to be able to see your reward and the person who did opposite to you reward. Whether you chose to do what was righteous or what was wicked. The sixth way, they shall see how some of them will cross over into torments. The seventh way, which is worse than all the ways that have been mentioned, because they shall utterly waste away in confusion and be consumed with shame, and shall wither with fear at seeing the glory of the Most High, in whose presence they sinned while they were alive, and in whose presence they are to be judged in the last times. Now this is the order of those who have kept the ways of the Most High, when they shall be separated from their mortal body. So we just read what happened to the soul of the people who wicked, who deny the Most High. Now we're going to read what happened to those who stand firm and faithful. It says, during the time that they lived in it, they laboriously served the Most High and withstood danger every hour, so that they might keep the law of the lawgiver perfectly. Therefore, this is the teaching concerning them. First of all, they shall see with great joy the glory of him who receives them, for they shall have rest in 7 orders. I didn't even know you can rest in 7 ways. I was aware of 2, sleeping and sitting down. It says the first order, because they have striven with great effort to overcome the evil thought that was formed with them, so that it might not lead them astray from life into death. And that's what you was talking about earlier, Shem. Saying a person will have to, you pretty much have to cut a person out, everybody out, but not vindictively. But you just, these people locked in, like, bro, I'm gonna guard my soul, bro. I'm gonna guard my spirit for real, for real. Make sure I'm doing my best at serving the Most High. Verse 93 says, the second order, because they see the perplexity in which the souls of the ungodly wander, and the punishment that awaits them. So the righteous can see the way that the ungodly gonna be punished, and the ungodly can see the way that the righteous is rewarded. 94, the third order, they see the witness that he who formed them bears concerning them, that throughout their life they kept the law with which they were entrusted. Now they seeing that they works paid off. The faithfulness paid out, all that studying, all that, you know what I'm saying? People making you want to snap, and you withholding your peace and giving a soft answer to turn away wrath, being patient with your neighbor. Like I said, you wanting to crash out, but you going into your prayer closet to pray. Yeah, you finally get to see, like, man, it wasn't in vain. All right, 95, it says the fourth order, they understand the rest that they now enjoy, being gathered into their chambers and guarded by angels in profound quiet, and the glory waiting for them in the last days. Like, yeah, I got bodyguards, I can see. Yeah, we protect, like, man, we in a, you have people feeling good about being in VIP. Bro, it's way beyond that. It's like the fifth order, they rejoice that they have now escaped what is corruptible and shall inherit what is to come. And besides, they see the straits and toil from which they have been delivered, and the spacious liberty that they are to receive and enjoy in immortality. That's forever, for eternity. There's no more death at this point. And again, they seeing what all they striving in righteousness was rewarded, the reward that was due to them. It's like the sixth order, when it is shown them how their face is to shine like the sun, and how they are to be made like the light of the stars, being incorruptible from then on. No more worries of sin. Ain't no such thing as temptation for that person no more. You ain't got to battle them urges no more, ever again. The seventh order, which is greater than all that have been mentioned, because they shall rejoice with boldness, and shall be confident without confusion, and shall be glad without fear, for they press forward to see the face of him whom they served in life, from whom they are to receive the reward when glorified. This is the order of the souls of the righteous, as henceforth is announced. In the previously mentioned are the ways of torment that those who will not give heed shall suffer hereafter. Then I answered and I said, will time therefore be given to the souls, after they have been separated from the bodies, to see what you have described to me? He said to me, they shall have freedom for 7 days. so that during these 7 days they may see the things of which you have been told, and afterwards they shall be gathered in their habitations. So when the funeral, we usually have a week or two, but in that time period, you trying to prepare the funeral for your loved one, or we being prepared. In 7 days, your spirit is able to see, talk these things, hearing about these things, and then you gathered into your place, whether there's going to be torments or in the paradise of Abraham's bosom, unto that final judgment, which is the lake of fire or New Jerusalem. I says, let me see. Yeah, I answered and said, if I have found favor in your sight, show further to me, your servant, whether on the day of judgment, the righteous will be able to intercede for the ungodly, or to entreat the Most High for them. Fathers for sons, or sons for parents, brothers for brothers, relatives for their kindred, or friends for those who are most dear. He answered me and said, since you have found favor in my sight, I will show you this also. The day of judgment is decisive and displays to all the seal of truth. Just as now a father does not send his son, or a son his father, or a master his servant, or a friend his dearest friend, to be ill, or sleep, or eat, or be healed in his place, so no one shall ever pray for another on that day. Neither shall anyone lay a burden on another, for then all shall bear their own righteousness and unrighteousness. Every man judged according to his works.
Praises, King.
Indeed, man.
That's what's up.
Now praise to the Most High.
If that don't make you want to change, I don't know what it is.
Man.
Like I said, I don't know why the Most High put it on my spirit to call, bro, and for us to put this out. But like I said in the beginning, the things that's going on in the world, you know what I'm saying? Time is speeding up, death is speeding up. Like I said, people are dropping left and right, day after day. We got wars, rumors of wars. We got all these uncertainty going on across the world. We got problems here. We got an election coming in less than 10 days, I believe, something like that. 10 or 12 days. We got an election on the way. About 10 days. I think it's like 10 days. I'm not sure, but anyway, it's coming soon. So you don't know what might come from that issue. So man, like I said, tomorrow ain't promised. So want to just bring this out and share a bit of knowledge with y'all, just in case you ain't never heard this before, but you won't be able to say you didn't hear it. And that's all I got, King.
Indeed, man. All praise to the Most High. Questions, comments, or concerns, man. In the meanwhile, if it ain't none, send them to childrenoftheprophets144@gmail.com. We meant to start at 7:30, man, but we get on at 7:30. It's so crazy. Stuff that ain't never even happened before start happening with the platform. You know what I mean? This one load up, the invite for us to come on the screen together wouldn't go through. I mean, it was just a bunch of technical difficulties. So that had us start later than what we intended at 7:30, family. Yo, that's what the holdup was. Let me see what y'all saying over here. Yo, but we got it in at the appointed hour. I'll praise to the Most High. Yes,
I'll praise.
Let me see. I don't see nothing in the comment section or not. So, man, with that, man, we bid y'all Most High speed. Let us stay dedicated. I pray that this reside in our spirit, that we don't forget, man. Straightway pardon, forgetting what manner of men and women we are. Peace and blessing to the chosen.